Well, let's move our attention to a fast-developing story in the United States, where at least 16 people have been killed and up to 60 injured in a mass shooting in the state of Maine, according to U.S. media. Reports say the death toll could be more than 20. Police say the gunman targeted multiple locations in the city of Lewiston and is still at large. Residents have been warned to stay at home. Our reporter Vincent McAvinny has the latest.
Victims fleeing America's latest mass shooting. The streets of the city of Lewiston in the state of Maine have been filled with police and ambulance sirens overnight after a lone shooter attacked a restaurant and bowling alley. US media reports at least 22 people have been killed and up to 60 have been injured. Many have been taken to this nearby hospital. With the suspect still at large, police have been forced to guard it in case he attacks again. Hundreds of officers are now involved in an intensive manhunt across the state. Local police have identified Robert Card, aged 40, as a person of interest in the shooting, adding he should be considered armed and dangerous. Card is a certified firearms instructor and a member of the U.S. Army Reserves.
Police are currently searching for a Robert R. Card, 4/4 of 1983 of Bowdoin. Card is considered armed and dangerous. He is a person of interest, however, and that's what we'll label him at moving forward until that changes. If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way. The shelter-in-place order that currently stands in Lewiston remains. A vehicle, which was a vehicle of interest in this incident, was located in Lisbon, and we are now also asking residents in Lisbon to shelter in place.
Anxious family and friends of the victims have gathered at the hospital to wait for news. The White House says President Joe Biden has been briefed on the situation and will continue to receive updates. The city, the second largest in the northeastern state, is currently under a shelter-in-place order. Lewiston now enters the tragic pantheon of U.S. towns and cities synonymous with mass shootings. Vincent McAvinny, BBC News.
And our North America correspondent Shingai Nyoka sent this update.
Well, in a press briefing that was held earlier by the Public Safety Department, they really laid out what happened. And they say that at about 7 p.m. Local time, they received various calls, reports of multiple shootings at multiple places, and they responded to those calls and found multiple casualties. Now, the two places where those shootings occurred, one was at a bowling alley, the second was at a bar and grill. So those were several miles apart. They say that, well, a lot of the eyewitnesses say that it was just a regular Wednesday evening and people were out, people of all ages were in those two particular places. Now, at the press briefing, they refused to confirm the number of people who have died or that were injured. They say that the situation is still fluid. But what we're hearing from various news media from their sources is that that death toll could be as high as 22 and that 50 to 60 people are injured. And if that is the case, that is really a cause for concern. The last time that a mass shooting had such a high death toll was in 2019 in Texas, when a gunman opened fire at a supermarket. And the highest death toll so far of mass shootings in the history of America was in 2017 with 58 people. And so there has been an increase in the number of mass shootings that occur. In 2023 alone, there have been about 500.
BBC News, lots more to come. Stay with us.